Call this meeting of the New Brunswick Parking Authority to order. Please be advised that the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been complied with and satisfied, and that the annual notice, which gave sufficient notice of the time, place, and conduct of all public meetings of the New Brunswick Parking Authority, has been posted on the authority's website, has been filed with the city clerk, has been placed on the appropriate bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and has been transmitted to the official paper for the City of New Brunswick, namely the Central New Jersey Home News Tribune, as per the annual notice provided for the resolution adopted by this governing body on December 29, 1975. I think our first order of business is minutes from the October 24th meeting. I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look at those.
Just a note, Chairperson,
I'm out.
You're out, and everyone else is in.
Okay,
Andrew will not be joining us tonight, by the way.
okay, thank you. So, given that, can we get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, Mitch.
Okay, thank you. Some notes. The 2025 restoration project, we're going to get an early jump on next year's project. We put out the bid documents last Friday, and today we had a pre-bid meeting, and the bids are due back in January 16th. The work this year and the coming year is concentrated on the Gateway Garage, this one, and the Wellness Garage.
Okay. Are you still going to start that in the summer? Or
Yeah, let's start late fall, late spring.
Late spring,
Late
okay.
spring. Yeah, April, May.
Okay.
Bright was kind enough to run an analysis of the credit card usage, and it revealed that currently 92% of all our transactions are made using credit card, with only 8% being cash transactions. I definitely see this trend continuing, and this figure doesn't include the MB pack, which is 100% credit card. There is no cash taken at that facility. And ultimately, I see on-street meters will eventually no longer accept cash. It'll be credit card or pay by app only. In the next couple of years, I would say.
Okay.
Are debit cards allowed or just?
Debit cards are, yes.
So, and obviously every meter we have today is credit card.
Credit card or pay by app.
Okay.
Pop Mobile in New Brunswick's case.
And what about the?
And pay by text.
So something to look at the condition of those meters and whether you go to something more multi-space or anything like that, or are we good?
We're good.
Good.
We're good. Individual meters.
Yes, good.
Currently, we're good. And there's some areas that we have Park Mobile only downtown in those loading zones that we switched to after 4:30. Anyone can park there, but you have to pay. You pay strictly by using Park Mobile. And there's cities in the United States now. I think Boston is another city that just recently took out all their meters and it's strictly paid by app. It's the way of the future.
100%.
I also did an analysis on garage occupancy for the month of November, just to give you an idea of the usage. So this is during peak hour for parking purposes. The peak hour is between 10 and 11 a.m. On weekday mornings. And so the most, I guess the most popular garage, if you will, is the Plum Street garage, which was at 91% capacity at 10 o'clock in the morning. The Gateway garage was at 88%, and Patterson was at 87%. The lowest percentage would be the MB Pack garage, which kind of makes sense since that's used basically at night when there's theaters and shows and other various events going on in the city. So, and I just wanted to bring the board's attention to the usage of these garages.
So is there more, or maybe Aaron knows the answer to this, is there more or less judicial parking? I mean, are the courts back in session? Or
Courts are back in session.
basis?
When I am in downtown here for the Middlesex County Courthouse, I usually find street parking fairly easily, and you have a parking deck right across, and it's always easy in and out. So, but courts are definitely back in session for the most part. They have, where you're going to see a little drop off is the conferences that they used to call the attorneys in, where everyone would just hang out all day, they're doing those over Zoom now for the sake of everyone's
And
sanity.
jurors?
Jurors, no, the jurors are coming in person now, trials being held in person now. Motion hearings are being done in person unless requested otherwise, so I would say 85–90% of it is back altogether in person.
Okay.
Was the NB Pack garage residential as well?
Yes, yeah, if you're a resident, you can park there. We have many residents from the Premier building, right there.
But it's not free for them.
No. All right, I don't know if I'm taking thunder away from Bright, but the 2025 budget has been approved by the state. So tonight, we're going to adopt it,
Okay.
and then obviously the state will adopt it. And just to make a schedule note, the January 2025 reorganization meeting will be held on January 29th, immediately followed by the regular board meeting. I want to make note of that because that's the 5th Wednesday of the month. Usually we have our meetings the 4th Wednesday. That's that. And then lastly, I just want to wish all the board members a happy holiday season and all the best in the new year. And that is my report.
Okay, thank you, Mitch. And I echo that, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for the time you donate to do this. I appreciate it. Okay, Bright.
Nothing.
Mitch took over.
I took this on.
Completely
I know
stole
I
it.
would, but
Aaron, is there anything?
Nothing from me, sir.
Okay. Is there any public comment this evening?
Yes, please. Good evening. Charlie Prattville, New Brunswick Today. Hope everybody's doing well. I see CFO for 2025 and interim executive director for 2025. You just confirm it's the same folks?
yes.
Oh, yes. Any change to the total debt? Still?
Same.
Okay. What was that, 180 something?
180.
Any update on the supermarket space?
Still working on a potential tenant.
Okay. Well,
Same one that we've been working on.
got it. That'd be like a commercial tenant?
Correct.
Yeah, we can't really go into too much detail into, it's an active negotiation back and forth, so. But we are in an active negotiation with someone who would be able to handle the space.
Okay. Yeah, it certainly has been a long time that it's been vacant. I want to think it's like 2020, maybe even earlier that it went vacant. And at least from the outside, it looks pretty, like it needs a lot of work.
Looks fake.
It certainly looks vacant, but it also looks like they're like halfway through a demo construction job. I don't know if that's correct, but is there anything that can be done to make it more ready for a tenant, or?
Well, the tenant's gonna fit it up.
Okay.
So, why would we put money into fitting it up for someone to tear it down and then fit it up, So, yeah, it's pretty bare, I agree, but that's.
Yeah, okay.
That's how they would accept the space.
Okay, well, I guess where I'm going with it is, in the meantime, until there is a tenant ready to take responsibility for it, there's got to be some public purpose that the space could serve if it were habitable. Certainly, I can think of a few things that could be easily done there. You could have a place where, like a flea market, people can sell stuff. You rent a table for the day, sell stuff. It's something which is better than nothing. And I also think there's a lot of needs for the children and families in New Brunswick, and specifically people who don't have a place to go on a cold night like tonight. So I would hope to see something done in the meantime until there's a tenant. Sounds like maybe you're close to a contract with a tenant, but even then there'd still be time. So yeah, I just encourage the parking authority to make use of the space because it's prime real estate and there's so much we need in New Brunswick. I'll move on. The meeting schedule next year, thank you for pointing out the dates. I assume the same time, 5 p.m.
Yes.
And I would just put in a word with the commissioners. I don't know if you approved the 2025 schedule yet, but I hope that when you do, you'll approve monthly meetings at a minimum. Feels like this agency should be meeting at least once a month. And I really encourage you to take my suggestion of allowing remote participation. As we've shown, it can be done. I've been pushing for a while. I haven't heard a good reason why not. I've heard folks say we're going to think about it or we're not really interested in that, but I haven't heard a good reason why not to do it. And I think that even for the commissioners, it could help you to attend all the meetings or attend more of the meetings if you're on the go or not able to make it here at 5 p.m. For what is typically a short meeting. And one other suggestion, I think the authority should install a bulletin board somewhere in the building that's accessible to the public so you can post the notice of your meetings as well as the Joint Insurance Fund board meetings, which the JIF is a part of, and I know.
Why would I post the JIF meetings here?
Well, because the authority's representative to the board has been chairing the JIF board and begins every meeting by saying all the members have posted a notice of this meeting and are, in their respective agencies. And, of course, there's no bulletin board to place a JIF notice here.
I do post the meeting hour, the board meeting.
Yep, I
Up in our
appreciate
lobby
that.
right here, so that's,
Yeah.
I can put a bulletin board there.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's a bit of a compliance issue with the notice for the JIF, and one easy way to clear that up.
Compliance with who?
Compliance with the OPMA. Every
Well, I don't know
meeting
why
you have
we-
to start
why
with a.
would be like- Why would we be responsible for the JIFs, announcing JIFs meeting? I understand Harry's the chairman, I
He
understand
is,
that.
he is.
So, but like Kevin's the chairman of the parking authority, he doesn't have to put a notice in the hospital, so I guess.
Of course not. Yeah, no, I think that the rules say that you must have a notice that is placed into the minutes of the meeting, and that notice has to be accurate. And so when the notice that's read aloud at the beginning of the meeting says all the agencies have posted this in their lobbies or in their buildings,
so then I
and the
need to talk to
NBPA's, you're a bit of an odd person out or odd agency out there. Everybody else is a borough or a township or
Understood.
something.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I think I understand where you're going with it, but it's the responsibility of the JIF to make that posting, but I get where you're coming from, which is but a member of the authority saying that we posted it every.
if they say all the members
No,
posted it,
I
then
get it,
then-
but I think it's
that
just a
should be the
correction.
case.
It's not necessarily a requirement that we post it, that's the JIF's responsibility. I understand where you're coming from, though, is just trying to bridge the gap.
And that brings me to my last point, is just concerns about the JIF. I know you're one of only 5 members in the Middlesex County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. It's down from, used to be over 25 members. Lots of towns left because it's been mismanaged. And one of the municipalities that left is even suing. And there was a huge deficit. The Department of Banking and Insurance had to come in and take over and take supervision of the agency. And, I'm a regular at their meetings and I try to hold them accountable and hold them to the, what the laws say. And I've identified some compliance problems and I've actually brought litigation against the JIF over them, over specifically OPMA violations. And so just, picking up on what I said at the last meeting, caution, proceed with caution with the Middlesex County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. I don't have a lot of confidence in that agency at this time. But that's all for today, and I'll just close by saying I wish everybody a very happy and healthy holiday season. And
Thank you.
thanks for
Thanks,
letting me
Charlie.
speak today.
You too.
Thanks for your comment. Okay, is there any other board discussion before we move along to resolutions?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to point out that in the last resolution regarding salary adjustments, we will need to go into closed session first
Okay.
before we approve that.
Okay. Thank you.
I just had one
Mr.
question. There was, I know a lot of Rutgers games on Easton Avenue the last couple months, and they tape over the meters.
Yes.
Parkings from 3 o'clock to 3 in the morning or whatever.
Police do, yes.
Yes, are we having somebody maintenance-wise go there and rip off all those? The signs are gone, but the tape is still wrapped around the meters. So it's hard for people to even put a credit card in there when those holes and everything are all covered up.
I
So
will,
I
I
think
will
we should-
definitely follow up on that.
Maintain that, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that was becoming an issue since the first home game when they, keep taping and taping and taping and nobody
Yeah.
takes the tape back off.
They go crazy with the tape too.
Yeah,
Yep,
okay,
okay.
sounds good.
Yes, I appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay, thanks. Okay, our first resolution is the payment resolution for December. Can I get a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion to
Okay,
approve.
in a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, resolution adopting the 2025 authority budget. Mitch had mentioned that previously. Is there anything else we need to know about that, Mitch?
No, basically, it's the exact same as the approval, we just,
Okay.
are adopting, so.
Okay, good, just an adoption. Okay, a motion for that, please?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Resolution to approve the CFO financial services for 2025.
Yeah, this is to continue the use of Bright Consulting
Okay.
Services to 2025.
I'll make a motion.
That's,
Got a motion for that? Yeah, I know.
He's
I know
nervous.
it is. We have a motion and a second, thank you.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Even more controversial one, a motion to approve the interim executive director for
should I
2025.
leave, you want me to leave the manual? This is this is MK Parking Advisor, that's my LLC.
Which is the alias.
That's my,
I'll make a motion.
Okay, a motion and a second. Second, all in favor? Thank you.
then, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And we'll hold the final one until
I'll
we
hold the
come out
final one
closed.
until after closed session. please.
Okay. Is there any old or new business that people have before we go into closed session? No. Hearing none, can I get a motion to enter into closed session? Motion.
The reason for the closed session is so I could go over the salary adjustments with the board.
Yes, thank you. Clarification. We have a motion, can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, we're now in closed session.